Hi guys, I'm sorry it's been taking so long to do a video on Eden's birth story. Um, just basically just been busy. I guess I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do it in my car because I'm waiting for my mom, and I don't have a toddler bugging me, and I don't have a husband bugging me, and all I have is Eden just sitting here in my arms in the car waiting for my mom. And so I'll go ahead and start. Um, on my due date at about 8 o'clock. Well, first I went to go get a exercise ball from my friend, and she let me go ahead and borrow it. So I took it home, and from about 8 o'clock to about 9 o'clock I was doing things on the computer. I went ahead and did like a 40-week pregnancy vlog and everything. And I was just basically bouncing on the ball at the same time. And at 9 o'clock I started getting consistent contractions, and so I went to bed, and then my husband asked if he can go out with his friend. I didn't think that they were real contractions, so I just said, okay, that's fine, go ahead and go out with your friend. I'm sorry, she makes lots of noise when she sleeps. And then at about midnight or so, they still kept going, and they kept getting a little bit stronger, and so I went ahead and hopped into the shower, and I took a nice long hot shower, and I filled the bathtub up a little bit to see if I can kind of ease the contractions, thinking that if they kept going, then this is it. And so I just kind of sat in the tub for a little bit, and then I got out of the tub, and they were kind of subsided for a little while, and then they started coming in stronger again. So I went to bed, and I put on my hypnobirthing CD. Well, actually, I had it in my phone already, so I went ahead and just started listening to that. My husband was already home at that time. I told him just to go to sleep. Don't worry about it. I was kind of timing them for about an hour, and they were every 5 to 7 minutes apart at about 45 to a minute long. And they weren't really, too bad or too strong. I was just breathing through them and taking them one at a time. And then it got to the point where I was sleeping in between the contractions, which was good. At about 3 o'clock in the morning, my water broke. And at first I didn't know it was my water that broke. All I felt was a big pop, like right in my belly, right above my belly button. And so it just was gradually leaking out of me. When I finally knew that it was my water was when I got up at about where the contractions all of a sudden got a bit stronger. And then I went into the bathroom to go, thinking I have to go pee. And then I went to go pee, and then I just kept having fluid coming out of me, and I couldn't stop it. And then I stood up, and there was more gushes coming out. And so I called my midwife, and she says, okay, go and come to the hospital whenever you want. And then I texted my doula, Brittany, and I told her, I think my water broke. We're going to be heading down to the hospital. And then, she had to figure out some things with her daughter and everything. So it all really worked out. We met her down there. And as soon as we got there, my midwife checked me. I was about only a 3. And so we walked around a bit, and my doula was doing like the wonderful massages that she did that really helped, and my husband was there. Ben's mom came and watched over Josiah, so that was the only thing we were waiting for before we left the house, was her. And she was there pretty quick. So we were sitting there, and, well, not sitting there, but I was walking around a bit, and then, because my water broke, my contractions got ridiculously strong at one point. I did end up getting the epidural at about 4 or 5 centimeters. I don't exactly remember what. I'm pretty sure one of them could probably tell me at the bottom. I'm pretty sure Brittany would probably remember, but I don't remember. I did end up getting the epidural. And then once I did get it, well, actually the epidural kind of messed up quite a bit. The guy who was doing it, he kept putting it in like a few different times, and it just was awful because I was sitting there in a very uncomfortable position, and he kept poking me in the back, and I had some pretty strong contractions during it. And then once I did get the epidural, it didn't really it didn't really help right away. I still kept getting pretty strong contractions and stuff, and so he had to come in once for a stronger dosage. So once we finally got the epidural into place and I was comfortable where I could just lay there for a little while, about 2 hours later I started feeling contractions again, pretty strongly, and I kept feeling like I need to go poop. Obviously that's like a sign that you need to push, and I didn't know that because they were with every contraction. With Josiah it was like a consistent like needing to go to the bathroom, where with this one it was just with every contraction. And so the nurse came in and checked me, and she goes, "You're 9.5 centimeters." And so I got the epidural, and like 2 hours later, I was ready for baby to come out. And so my midwife came in, and well, actually they did wait a little bit to, reach that last half centimeter. And then when everyone was just, without anyone knowing, I was just silently, just slowly pushing a little bit, just because it hurts so bad to not to. So with every contraction, I just did like a little bit of pushing myself. I didn't like freak out or anything. It was just for relief. And yeah, I don't think I was supposed to do that, but it felt so much better just to push a little bit to get that relief. So I wasn't like intense, it wasn't like intense or anything, but it just felt better. And then my midwife came in, and then everyone was surrounding me, and then I was pushing. I did feel quite a bit of everything. I think the only thing the epidural really did was just kind of take the edge off of the sting of the ring of fire. But I did feel her head. I did feel quite a bit of everything. It did sting quite a bit. I did have a 1-degree tear, which actually isn't even close to as bad as with Josiah. With Josiah, I had like a 3rd degree, I think, with him. And I think I asked how long that I was pushing for, and the nurse said about 20 minutes. So I only pushed her for about 20 minutes, and she was out. My midwife wanted me to grab my baby. She says, "Grab your baby." I said, no, don't grab my baby. I don't want to. And then she's like, "No, grab your baby's right here." But I do remember feeling the head come out, and it was just I think that the fact that I don't regret actually having the epidural whatsoever. I think that was my hugest, thing that I didn't want to be just regretting and upset at myself for taking the epidural, but because I think that I felt everything, really kind of helps me realize that, I'm okay with it. I mean, it is what it is. You just kind of go with the flow. The only thing I don't like is that the guy, when he did the epidural, kind of messed up a bit and got me a huge headache and a big neck pain, and it was like a very rare thing that happens, and he was able to reverse it and stuff, and I only had like a headache for a couple days after that, and it wasn't nearly as bad as when I had the epidural in. So I think that's pretty much it. She was born at 11:11 a.m. on February 21st. So I only had a 14-hour labor, which is really great for my second, I think. And she was 6 pounds, 13.5 ounces, 20 inches long. So she's kind of on the longer side of a baby, but she's still kind of small and petite. She pinked up right away, and she was nursing like 1 hour afterwards. After she got done nursing, she pooped in the blanket that they wrapped her up in. So she was completely healthy, and we are doing super good. She's about 10 days old now, and we're just happy and doing really good. So yeah, that's my birth story for Eden, and there really isn't much to it. I mean, it was a quick, easy, fast labor, and we were only in the hospital for about 24 hours, well, a little longer than 24 hours, and I was ready to go home. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, then just comment down below. And thank you guys all for watching and keeping up with all my pregnancy vlogs. Really do appreciate all your kind comments. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and go before my phone runs out. and I'll go ahead and show you her, and I will also include a belly shot at the end of this of it's like a week postpartum. So here's little Eden. Hi. Hi, precious girl. She is a noisy little girl. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Alright guys, I'm going to show you my 1 week postpartum baby belly, I guess. And if you don't want to watch this, then just go ahead and turn it off. I mean, it's not exactly too pretty, but I know that some ladies really want to see what a postpartum belly looks like. So yeah, here it is. So I'll go ahead and pull this up. This is it with the shirt on, and you will definitely see my stretch marks for sure. So it actually isn't that bad. I just have all of this right here, and then you see all my stretch marks here. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.